Somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic, in the winter of 1872, a ship kept moving without anyone left to steer her. Her sails were still catching the wind. Her cargo sat undisturbed in the hold. A child's toy lay resting on a cabin floor, exactly where small hands had left it. But of the 10 souls who had sailed her out of New York Harbor, not one could be found. They did not simply die. They vanished, completely, silently, from a ship that never sank. Her name was the Mary Celeste, a modest two-masted brigantine, sturdy but unremarkable, built for the grinding, unglamorous work of Atlantic trade. In early November 1872, she left New York bound for Genoa, Italy, her hold packed with 1,700 barrels of raw industrial alcohol. At her helm stood Captain Benjamin Briggs, 37 years old, deeply religious, and among the most respected seamen on the eastern seaboard. He was not reckless. He was not desperate. He was, by every account, a careful man who trusted the sea because he understood it. He did not sail alone. Beside him came his wife, Sarah, and their 2-year-old daughter, Sophia. A decision so ordinary for captains of that era that no one thought twice about it. Their older son stayed behind on land, safe with family, for school. 7 crewmen joined them, experienced, capable sailors with no record of trouble. Nothing that marked them as anything but reliable hands. For 18 days, the Mary Celeste crossed open water without incident. Her log entries were routine, her course steady. Nothing suggested this voyage was heading toward one of the greatest unsolved mysteries the sea has ever kept. On December 4th, another ship, the De Gratia, spotted something strange on the horizon. A vessel drifting. Sails raised but oddly set, some torn, moving with no clear direction, as if steering herself. Captain David Morehouse recognized her at once. He knew this ship. He knew her captain. Weeks earlier in New York, he had shared a meal with Benjamin Briggs before both crews set out to sea. Morehouse sent 2 men across the water to investigate. What they found made no sense. The Mary Celeste was seaworthy, undamaged by storm, unmarked by fire, unscarred by any struggle, and she was completely empty. No captain, no crew, no passengers. Water sat low in the hold, not enough to sink her, but enough to unsettle men already growing uneasy. Her wheel spun free, untouched by human hands, as though she had been sailing herself for days. The boarding party moved through her in silence, room by room, searching for answers that refused to come. Every door they opened seemed to raise a new question instead of settling one. Below deck, the cargo told its own quiet story. Row after row of alcohol barrels sat lashed in place, still full. Only 9 had emptied, their wooden staves slightly warped, as though something inside them had escaped rather than spilled. In the galley, a meal sat cooling. In the crew's quarters, pipes and small personal items lay untouched, the kind of things no one abandons willingly and no thief leaves behind. The captain's cabin was equally undisturbed. A sewing machine, still threaded. Papers and charts remained in place, but the ship's official documents were gone. So were the navigational instruments, the sextant, the chronometer, the tools no sailor leaves behind by accident. And then came the detail investigators could not explain away. The ship's single lifeboat was missing. Not torn loose, not destroyed. It had been deliberately launched, a length of rope trailing from the stern rail, as though someone had lowered it with care and tied it fast to the ship, hoping to stay close. The final log entry was dated November 25th, 9 days and roughly 400 miles before the Mary Celeste was found. In the years that followed, investigators and historians proposed explanation after explanation, each one chipping away at the mystery, none of them fully solving it. Some pointed to a violent storm or a sudden rogue wave sweeping the deck, convincing the crew the ship was sinking beneath them. But the Mary Celeste showed no catastrophic damage. She was, by every measure, still seaworthy when she was found. Others suspected mutiny, a crew turning on their captain. But the alcohol in the hold was industrial grade, undrinkable and poisonous, and the ship bore no trace of violence. No blood, no forced entry, no struggle of any kind. Piracy seemed an obvious answer, until investigators noted what remained. Valuables, personal belongings, even Sarah Briggs' jewelry, all untouched. No pirate leaves treasure behind. A more scientific theory gained ground decades later: alcohol vapor. If fumes had leaked from those 9 empty barrels, they could have filled the hold with an invisible, flammable gas. A frightened crew, fearing an explosion, may have abandoned ship in haste, tying their lifeboat to the Mary Celeste, intending to reboard once the danger passed. If that line snapped in rough water, the ship could simply have drifted away from them, leaving 10 people stranded in the open Atlantic with no way back. Later experiments testing similar vapor conditions found the theory plausible, though never proven. Underwater seaquakes and sudden waterspouts have also been proposed, both capable of disorienting a crew without leaving physical damage. Neither is backed by conclusive evidence. And then came the stories built simply to entertain: sea monsters, giant squid, forces beyond explanation. Most trace back to a sensationalized fictional tale, published more than a decade later by a then unknown writer named Arthur Conan Doyle. One that blurred fact and fiction so thoroughly that the myth eventually outgrew the truth. To this day, no wreckage was ever found. No bodies were recovered. No confession, no witness, no definitive proof has ever surfaced to explain what happened aboard the Mary Celeste. The ship herself sailed on for another 12 years under new owners, gathering a reputation as cursed, before finally being deliberately wrecked off the coast of Haiti in an unrelated insurance scheme. But the true fate of Benjamin Briggs, his wife, his daughter, and the 7 crewmen who vanished into the Atlantic that November remains unknown. Whatever happened in those 9 days at sea, the ocean has never given up the answer. And perhaps it never will.